Okay, all right, let's go. We're we're live. We're streaming. First stream ever on Twitch, so that's exciting. But today we're gonna try to learn some ReasonML, and through solving day 6 challenge of Advent of Code 2020 with ReasonML. So I haven't done too much of Reason prior to this, so we'll see how it goes basically. All right, so today's quest is basically that we're supposed to do something with custom declaration forms, which basically describes what we have to declare in the set of A till C or to Z. So we have to unduplicated answers should not count as extra. So we should basically count the distinct types of letters for each passenger. So we have some examples here where A and B, C, that counts as three down here, and we have some A, B, C. So all of these counts as 3, and this one counts as 1, and this one counts as 1. So we'll get to it with our input data. So each passenger apparently is separated by two new lines, while new lines can be added at any stage for one passenger. So basically 2 new lines means 1 passenger, and so on. So let's copy this data. I found it usually easier to just work with it directly. So we'll declare a string, and we'll have all the data here as we need. Okay, so let's get to it. So the first thing we want to do is basically map these into distinct people. So we'll do some of this. Oops. Day 6. And what we want to do is do something with the data. We want to pipe this into, I have imported, or prior to this I've done some other quests, and I have a string split function that splits a string into a list depending on the delimiters that we send into it. So we'll also import this. And we wanted to treat each separately. So this is what we got, and let's just log this into something to see what it entails. All right, and we'll try to run it with this little script over here. Apparently, I've done something bad here. I've written date. It's supposed to be data. So okay, so now we have some data in our list. Each list then was had multiple lines, so we kind of want to remove these as well in order to treat this as one single person. So what we saw here is basically that we have quite a few different characters, and we have a new line, and then we have some more characters, a new line, and more characters, and so on. So what we wanted to do is to remove the new line, so we can treat this as one person basically. So we just want to remove some chars that's unnecessary in each person. And I think I've done some of this earlier. I had let's see here. So what we want to do is basically just remove some regexp stuff. Yeah, right here. So here I have a replace, which uses a regex replace. So let's move this into Advent of Code repository. So it basically takes an old string, or the old regex that we want to replace, match and replace, and then a new what we want to replace it with, and the old string. So what we want to do here in day 6 then is to map this. So we'll get a element or a string. And we'll try to map this into just basically replacing all the new lines. So in the awk file we had replace, we called it, right? Yeah. And what we want to do is basically just pipe the string into this. And here it's some and we want to replace all new lines with an empty line. All right, so let's see if that works. Oh, missing some parentheses here. Expected a regex literal. Isn't this how I've used it prior to this? It's all kind of new, so was it in day 4? Ah, right. I obviously have to escape this. There we go. So now we've basically replaced all the different all the new lines with one single string. So now we're pretty good shape to do the rest of this. So the next step, according to this, is basically that we want to count for each person, count each unique instance of a char. So if A happens to exist twice within this line, we should only count it once, and then we're supposed to add the sums of this. So I guess the next step might be to so what we want to do here is reduce things down to a number. So we want to each of these we want to reduce down to a number. So I guess the next step might be to just do a list fold, and we get the accumulator, and we get the line at this moment, right? And right, so we have a list, and we want to fold this into. No, okay. Let's step back once. So I think we want to map this once again. No. So what we want to transform this into is from a string to a list of chars. It's easier to work with. So I've built this char list of string. So basically takes a string and transforms into a list of chars. So char list of string. And now we only have one char at the head, and then we have the tail continuing on. So now we want to basically make each of these lists unique, or order. So maybe the first thing might be to just order them. So I think this is the documentation, the general documentation for Reason, and so always nice to see what a list kind of have that we can do with it. So I wonder if they have something like unique. Sort unique. Remove all duplicates. So I think that's kind of what we're looking for here. And what it takes is a list, which we have a list of chars, and then we have A and B, and that returns something that orders them. So what we want to do then is, I guess, so we map these to a set of strings or a list of chars, and now we want to map these to a unique. So let's see here. We'll get a list. And the list then contains, each list contains a list of chars, and this one we want to list.sort unique. I have to add a function here, AB, so we know these are chars, so we probably just could, what was it? They expected an integer. So we probably just could subtract one from another, and that would probably then result in removing all the duplicates. Okay. Yeah, so I guess this works still. It doesn't really print much, but you know. So now we have a list of lists with chars, and we want to convert this. So now we want to map this again. And what we basically want to do is take one list, seeing that these are supposed to be unique now, we could just map this with list.length. So that would give us our number. And now what we want to do is list.fold. We want to aggregate. We want to aggregate these. So I guess this would produce what we're looking for, right? All right, so let's see here. Okay. Wrapped in a, takes an extra parameter. Can I do this? Okay, so where is it? Wrapped in a function that takes an extra parameter. Okay, so what happens here? So this is supposed to return, yeah, so it's supposed to return a unique list. Oh, damn it. Auto formatting. Ooh, I got 6 viewers. Exciting. All right, so what's going on here? Oh, right. So this sorting, it obviously, it's supposed to, wait, what's going on? So that's obviously supposed to pass the actual list into the parameter as well. as a parameter into this. And I think we can remove these now as well. So what we do is list or sort each list uniquely. Oh, still something bad. So I think it is because I'm trying to subtract them from each other. The compiler infers that it's supposed to be ints. Yeah. Okay, so maybe I can't subtract ints from each or shards from each other. Let's see here if we in the pervasive. Wait, where am I? Yeah, so kind of, oh, here we go. Ah, okay, wait. So what I want to do here is int of char. Converting integer, or converting a char a to the int representation of it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I wonder if this is the answer. I guess we should try, see if we made some errors somewhere. Yay, gold star. So that was the right answer. Okay, let's see if we can figure out part 2. All right, so okay, first part is done. I got a gold star. That's all nice and good. So we're supposed to finish the last group of custom declaration. Notice that we misread one word of the instruction. You don't need to identify any questions of which anyone answers yes to. You need to identify the questions which everyone answers yes to. An example as of above. In the list representation from the first group, everyone, one person answered yes to 3 questions. The second group, there were no questions to which everyone answered yes to. Within the third group, everyone answered yes to only one question A. Since some people did not answer yes, did not count. In the fourth group, everyone answered A. In the fifth group, one person answered yes. Okay. So I guess what we wanted to do is count the for each line in each group. So this is a group. This is a group. This is a group. This is a group over here. This is a group. This is a group. So for every group, we want to count the letters that exists on all lines. So in this one, it's A. So that means, so in this one, it's ABC. So each letter exists on all lines. So that's 3. Here A, B, C, that would be 0 since A, the first line does not contain the next line and so on. The second one, A and B, and A and C, that's A, that occurs in every one, or on all lines. Here it's the same letter, and so that's 1, and then 1. So that gives us 6. So I think this is what we want to do. So our assumption that we made earlier here, so just make this a little bit prettier. Yeah, just to keep track of what we're doing. So what we did was we removed the first char, or the new lines, because we just wanted to count unique instances of characters. So in this case, we want to count each overlapping. So I wonder what that is. Could we? I think we have to get into sets or something. But let's copy paste this and see where we're at. So this would give us, and remove this part. Okay, so here we have each group, and each group consists of multiple characters. And let's see here, set. So in a typical set, we have some different types of, so we have the union, we have the intersection, and we have the difference. So what we kind of want to do is, for each group, we want to parse each of those into a set, and add all characters from each row. But what we wanted to do then is basically take the intersection of the first one and the second one, and the second one to the next one, and so on. So if we only have, and we kind of want to have all the letters to one. Okay, so let's see how it goes. But the idea here would be to take the intersection of each person in each group, and then and just take the intersection of the next one, the next one, the next one, and that will probably give you the letter or the letters we were looking for. So let's start and try that out. So I have to just some copy and pasting. It's always somewhat tricky to deal with maps, it seems. So we have to have a comparator. And in this case, it's a character set, right? That we want to make. We have a char, and we have a char. This is just a comparator, so we can put things into a set. Okay, so here we have right now we have a string that contains a group. So with this group, what we want to do, I guess, is each group we want to convert into a number. So that's a map, or yeah, so we want to map things. So we'll get the group. And from this group, we want to, so this group we want to split again into each person. So to like let people group string split, and we'll split this with the character new line. So this will give us a list of people, and each people, yeah, so this will give us a person, and each person now is a string containing like A, B, C, and so on. And we kind of want to convert this into a set. So from here, we'll map so we'll get a person. Oh, okay, let's do this first. Char list of string. So in here we get a list that represents one person, and we want to convert that person or that list into a set. So that kind of becomes C, or wait, fold left. We'll have a C set empty. So that creates an empty set, and that's what's being passed into the accumulator. And from there, we want to pass in or add C to that accumulator. So from here, we'll have C set.add, and we'll end this add the C and the accumulator, and that returns a new set. So now we have a list of people for each group, which is a set. So I guess now what we want to do is we want to reduce this further. So this lists of set we want to reduce down to basically one set that intersects with every other set. And I think this is where we get into the tricky part. See, what we want to do here is we want to return the intersection as the accumulator, but we kind of have to start out with, so I guess this part isn't too complicated. So we have the C set dot, and what was it? It was inter. And what that did was it took two sets and took the intersection between them. So we have the accumulator and we have the set that we're looking for. But then it kind of becomes the problem here is like what is the accumulator? What we start off with? So I think we have to start off with pretty much all characters that exists within this space is in one set. So we have like our master set, or and that will be G piped into, and we'll just convert this into a char list, and then we'll reduce this down. This dot fold left. Char set dot empty. So what we do is we want to reduce all the characters into one set, that we have like all characters that exists within this group. So we have some starting off point down here later. So C set dot add, and we'll add the char to the accumulator. And that should give us all characters. So this then would would take the intersection of each of these sets. And so now, after this portion or this fold left is done, we have, for each group, we have one set of characters that intersects with all other. Each group contains a set of characters that intersects with between the different people of the group. So what I want to do now is would be just to count the shards, I assume. So I think in our set we have something called cardinality. I kind of recall. Cardinal returns the number of elements in the set. So that's what we want to use. What was it? And that just takes a set and returns an int. So that effectively, so this reduces down to just one set, and this takes the cardinality of the, and this is each group we're working on. So we're mapping to each. So okay, let's just log this and see if things work. A lot of errors. Okay, so what does this say? Oh, here we go. Okay, so it's the comparator that's... Oh, right. I haven't defined the type is int. I want to define it as a shard. Okay, so we'll... okay, so this one takes a string and turns it into a list of strings. So this is obviously... so we obviously have to map this. Okay, so we want to fold left, and we want to add it to the C set, and this is a type of element, is a T. Want to list of shards as a. Okay, so it's the all shard portion. Okay, so G here is a group, which is a string, and then we convert this. Wait, what is G? G is a string, right? What did this do? Yeah, so this one splits everything into strings. So we have a list of strings that we map each string. So G would be a string here. And that is what we're supposed to send into this one. Was this the one I just kind of removed? So this turns a string into a list, and then this kind of feels like it's supposed to be what we're looking for. Okay, so that one works. And here we have the last portion. So we'll take the group and split the group into people. And here we need, I think this was what we were. Okay, so that might need to take an extra parameter. So there's something wrong with our... Okay, so here we have each person as a list, and we map those lists into oh, right. So we obviously have to send P into this. The person into the accumulator, and that maps basically a list of chars into a set of chars. And that set we then take the intersection of this. All right. So that seems to be doing something right. So we have the cardinality. So we return let's see here what it logged out. So the head was 2, so that says that the cardinality of the first element would be 2, and the second one was 3, and so on. And now we're supposed to sum these. So I guess that's just a list fold, fold left. There we go. Accumulator plus I, and we'll start off with 0. And now we'll just log these out. js.log2. Exciting, see if this is the correct answer. So now we have that there were 3,103 overlapping instances. See if I understood this correctly. Oh, I got some comments. Oh. All right, so let's submit this. Yay, I got a gold star. So I guess that kind of sums it up for now. 37 minutes, always first stream, and quite a new language for me anyway. So I guess, is there anything in particular that people want me to do? I mean, there is some obvious cleaning up to do. I have some nice headers to print and so on, just to get the day 5. Oh wait, it's day 6. Day 6 results, and in general, before I commit this to my Git repository. Yeah, okay, so I'm not sure if there's anything in particular that people want to see. Or so, but otherwise I guess we'll stop the screencast here, or the stream, I guess. It was nice to try things out. Yeah. All right. Cool.